Okay, this next question, question number 6, huh? Which sentence introduces the dependent variable of the experiment? We have 4 options from sentence 1 to sentence 4. A recent study looked at whether the part of wireless electrodes could relieve migraine pain more effectively than the drugs. This is like the statement of the purpose, the objective, the aim of the study, huh? Which is the effect of the wireless electrode on fighting against migraine pain, which means we want to reduce the pain that patients suffer from this disease. So the dependent variable is something like how the patient feel about the disease. They feel less suffer, they feel less frequency of the pain, which is not mentioned yet in this first sentence. Therefore the first sentence here is not the answer. Okay, we know one thing, that is the application of the wireless electrode here is the independent variable. The method of treatment is an independent variable. Now sentence 2, the patch fixed to the upper right arm is controlled by the smartphone app. Once activated, the patch uses a electrical pulse to block pain signals from reaching the brain. This is the description of the method. Okay, including question 3. The two sentences, sentence 3. The two sentences 2 and 3 introduce the method of the how the wireless electrode works by preventing the pain signal from reaching the brain. Okay, it applied to the upper right arm. Okay, so the answer is not sentence 2 and 3, so it is very likely that in the last sentence 4 here is the answer. This part represents the first solution of its kind that doesn't involve electrodes attached to the head. Oh wait, this sentence number 4 does not introduce the dependent variable. Doesn't involve. I think the dependent variable is something like the frequency of the pain or the severeness, the level of the pain, which is not among the sentence. It's not sentence 4. So when you return to the 4 option, the sentence 1 is the most likely introduce the dependent variable, which is the the level of the pain or the frequency of the pain. Okay, sentence 1, I think. Submit. Yeah, continue. This statement accurately summarizes the role of the control group in this experiment. We have 4 statements. This is the one that we did incorrectly yesterday, right? Okay, focus on the question, which is the control group, the role of the control group. Okay, the 4 statement. Let's see each statement. Statement A, the control group is the hardier strain tomato plant. If the original strain produces, I think I need to read the the study here first before going to the statement. We need to find out the role of control group. Okay, start from beginning here. Growing tomatoes. Things moving to New Mexico, from California. Maurice hadn't had much luck growing tomatoes. Even though he had verified that his soil, sunlight, and watering are appropriate, the literal fruits of his labors has been nearly fruitless. Maurice believed that he would need to find a harder strain of tomato plant to grow in New Mexico harsher climate. He wanted to find a new species which can grow and give good products, can create more tomato in this harsh, difficult, very sunny, very hot and dry weather in the the state Mexico, New Mexico. Okay, with this in mind, Maurice decided to conduct a control experiment. Maurice planted 2 kinds of tomato, a hardier variety and his original variety, in separated plots but with the same soil, water, and sunlight. After 50 days of the original tomato plants, okay, 50 days, the original tomato plants were mature enough to bloom, to produce very few tomatoes. Okay, the original one, very few. The newer tomato plants, meanwhile, looked healthy, but seemed much less mature than the original plants. Maurice decided to give both lots more time to grow. Okay. After 100 days, the original tomato plants were listless and turning brown. No more tomato were produced from the original plants. The newer plants, however, grew abundantly, fruiting with many tomatoes. Maurice concluded that he has proven his hypothesis. Okay, so the conclusion that we can summarize from his finding is that the new type of tomato, it takes longer to grow. However, it gives a lot more, many tomatoes compared to the old one, which produce like much fewer, less number of tomato here, few tomato. Okay, longer time, but more effective, in more productive, in the result. Statement A: the control group is hardier strain tomato plant. Control group is the old group, the old type of tomato, and the experimental group is the new type of tomato. The original strain, the control group, is the harder strain tomato plant. Which statement A here is wrong, because the harder strain tomato is the new one. It is the experimental group. It's not the control group. So just forget about the statement A. Statement B: the control group is the original strain that Maurice was using before finding the harder strain. It seems to be correct, this one, original strain. If the harder strain produces more tomato than the original strain, then the harder strain will be determined the better choice, and Maurice's hypothesis will be proven. It seems that this one, I think it is very likely that the statement here, B here, is the answer. The role of the control group, the role here is to determine whether it is better than the old type of tomato or worse. Okay, and in this case it is better. Okay, so keep B here in mind. Now let's see why the statement C and D wrong or something, or some statement C and D, which one can be even better than the statement A and B. The control group is the equal amount of soy. This is the control variable. We need to keep everything else the same, including soil, water, sunlight, etc. Everything, fertilizer, the method of we take care of the two type of plants, the amount of time the person, the farmer, spend taking care of the plants. But those are control variable. The control group is the old type of tomato, not these things, not water, not sunlight. Okay, so I think C here is wrong. The experiment, this experiment has no control group. I do not think so. I think the control group is statement B. Once one plant cannot produce tomato and the other is not yet tested. It's not true, because we've got the result, which is the new plant produce more tomato, but it takes just longer time. Maurice will not be able to properly test his tomato plant until he finds a workable control group. No, statement here, D here, is the most wrong, the wrongest the statement. It does not summarize the finding. So my answer is statement B. B. Yeah, that's it. Continue. Which sentence introduces the hypothesis of the experiment? Okay, hypothesis. Possibly before carrying out the experiment, the farmer or the scientist, most of the time, of course, scientists, but sometimes we, normal people, still can make a hypothesis. Okay, so I guess that the hypothesis of this farmer is that the new type tomato will produce more tomato than the old type. That is my guess. Okay, but we need to read the passage to decide, more accurately which one is the answer. Growing tomatoes. Again, since moving to Mexico City, California, from California. Okay, the same passage, Okay, which sentence introduces the hypothesis? We have 4 options from 1 to 4. Hypothesis. Okay. Maurice Plant believed that he would need to find a hardier strain of tomato plant to grow the New Mexico harshest climate. Sentence C here. Sentence 3. Sentence 3. I think it is very likely to be the hypothesis. The hardier strain of tomato is the hypothesis better produce more tomato and can grow well in harsh condition. Okay, sentence 3. Sentence 3 is my answer. Need to find a harder tomato plant with this in mind. Okay, the sentence. Of course, we do not care about other sentences from 5 to 7 or something. Sentence 3 is my answer. Sentence 3. Correct. Okay. Anything else? Menu. We finished this one, huh? So I hope that you will continue practice at least 2 days per week with the science subject, huh? And I will suggest you more homework to improve. And I've seen that you put a lot of effort in math, and that's a great thing. Well done.